$6,000 and $50,000 has been announced by Harris, which sounds really great and would be incredibly helpful for the vast majority of people, but it also leads me to wonder how much of that is for seniors. That's a great question and exactly what I'm going to break down for you here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss all the details. First off, can I ask a huge favor of you? Will you please make sure to like the video with the big thumbs up button right down below? Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well with the big subscribe button down below. Totally free to do so. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your support, and let's get into it and talk about it. All right. So if you watched the presidential debate, or if you've been watching any of the ideas coming out of Kamala Harris, you probably heard about this, the $6,000 that she is toting, as well as the $50,000 that is out there that she keeps floating these ideas around, which sounds very, very appealing, right? And again, like I said, I want to point out what in this is actually out there for seniors. Now, I talk a lot about fixed income benefits here on the channel and other low-income beneficiaries, seniors, things like this. And again, a lot of these individuals want to know, what are these people going to be doing for us? I think that's what all of us are wondering at the end of the day, which is, it doesn't matter who we're talking about. What are they going to do for us and our finances, especially over the last 3 years or so when inflation has been incredibly high? It's been tough. I mean, here's the thing. The vast majority of people are struggling financially. I don't need to tell you that. We're all experiencing it. We all can just look at our finances and be like, yep, gotten hammered the last couple of days, last couple of years here, and not a fun situation, right? Which, by the way, quick disclaimer here, I am not taking political sides here in this video whatsoever. I'm not here to influence anybody. I'm not here to tell you or try to influence how you think or believe, things like that. Not my style. I couldn't care less what everybody believes about this, okay? I'm just simply saying I'm not here to tell you how to think or how to vote, stuff like that. That's not my intention here, but rather I want to bring you the information as far as what is being floated, because there's a lot of information, and a lot of times it can be a little bit convoluted. I think we can all probably agree with that. You look at the details and you're like, what? What's in that for me, right? It's kind of confusing. Like, it's always presented in such a way that makes it feel like, hey, I think I'm going to get that, right? And then only to find out, oh, yeah, right. That actually wasn't for us. Oh, bummer, right? So anyway, all right, so anyway, Kamala Harris actually talked about this a few times during the debate, and pretty smart on her part. I'm just saying that much because it sounded good at the time. But again, not saying it's good or bad. I'm just simply saying it sounded good, and it was very smart of her to bring this up. I mean, strategically, smart idea. And she started out the debate talking about it right away. Again, throw it all out there, get the attention of the people, right? Not a bad strategy. So my point is this, okay? So let's talk about the $6,000 first, and then we'll talk about the $50,000. That's a massive amount of money. 50 grand, could you imagine? That's huge, right? All right, so first up, the $6,000 that she floated out there, what would this be for? Is it for seniors? Well, kind of not really, probably not, but maybe, I guess for some very select people. For the most part, probably not. But let me share with you what this is. She wants to expand the child tax credit, okay? Remember, right now we have the child tax credit that's out there, okay? That's not a new thing. It's been around for a very, very long time. Somebody, if their income was within certain thresholds, they can claim the child tax credit on their federal return, and it reduces their tax liability, and it reduces basically their income, right, by taking this credit. Now, again, if their income is brought down to zero, then they can take a portion of the refundable portion of it, things like that. But anyway, so a couple years ago, we saw the expanded child tax credit payment where it went from what it was up to $3,000 and $3,600 depending on the age of that child. What she wants to do is raise it to $6,000 from $3,600, well, what it was anyway. She wants to raise it up to $6,000 for the first year of that child's birth. So in other words, this would only be for the birth of a new child, provided the person has income within the range that is acceptable. If income is too high, then how much do you get? Zero. You get a whole lot of nothing. You get zero, okay? That is if somebody's income is too high. But anyway, if their income is within the threshold, it would be $6,000 upon the birth of a new child. That's it, okay? $6,000 child tax credit payment. So that is what that would be. Now, she also wants to increase the current child tax credit payments up to $3,000 and $3,600, the same levels that they were a few years ago when they were doing the advanced payments as well, okay? So that's what she wants to do there, and that's the $6,000. Now, the big question being, would this be including seniors? Like I said, probably not really, okay? Unless, okay, this is going to be like virtually nobody, but who knows? There's always somebody out there. Maybe if a senior, possibly having a baby, which is like very, very rare / non-existent, but if that is a thing, then I guess you could probably be included for this. But for the most part, the answer is no. Seniors are not going to be included for this, right? I think we all know that. But anyway, so that's $6,000. Nope, seniors, sorry, that's definitely not going to be included for the most part, for like the vast majority of people, if that kind of makes sense, right? Okay, so that's the $6,000. Nope, sorry, seniors, probably not included there. All right, so $50,000. She also floated this idea of $50,000. It's incredible, right? That's a lot of money right there. How do we get some of that? Well, this would be for entrepreneurs, startups, basically the deductions that are allowed for startups with businesses. So are seniors included there? Well, the question is possibly, because here's the thing. Anybody can start up a business, right? You could have a teenager, you could have a 20-something, you could have a 40-something, you could have a 50-something, you could have an 80-year-old start a business. It does not matter. Age does not matter when it comes down to starting a business. So when it comes down to that, then the technical answer would be, yes, potentially seniors could be included for this potential $50,000 deduction for startups and entrepreneurs, okay? But here's the thing. How many seniors, let's just call seniors being 65 plus, how many seniors are out there starting a new business and doing that whole thing again? There probably are some, but the majority, I would say probably not. So this one kind of goes into the maybe category / yes category, which is, if you're a senior, age 65 or older, and you're starting up a new business and they do actually pass this, then yeah, you could be potentially eligible for this $50,000 deduction for a new startup business as an entrepreneur, right? But as a senior, just living your life in your retirement, living on Social Security, fixed income benefit, do you get 50 grand just handed to you because you're a senior? No, that's not how it works. In fact, it doesn't even matter who somebody is or what their age is at all, has nothing to do with that. It's for business. That's what it's for, okay? So there you go, okay? Does that kind of answer the question? On the personal level, no. The 50 grand has nothing to do with somebody, their finances individually, personally, but rather it would be on the business side as a deduction. Does that kind of make sense, right? So that is what these are for, okay? So who does this really impact? The $6,000 that she floated, as well as the $50,000 that she floated. Who does it really impact? Well, it mostly impacts kind of medium / lower income, younger generations or younger individuals and families who are having kids, okay? But again, their income has to be within the range of making them eligible for the $6,000. Okay, so that's who that would be for. And then on the $50,000 side, who would that be for? Basically everybody who is starting a new business and who would be eligible for the $50,000 deduction. Does that make sense? So who does it really encompass these things? A very small percentage of our population. That's really what it comes down to, a very small percentage. Now, I just want to throw this out there to give contrast, okay? I'm not taking sides with this. I know there's some down below in the comment section, I see this. And again, I know it's a very controversial time right now. I know everybody has their own beliefs and stuff like that. That's okay. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever, okay? I never want to be, accused of saying, you're trying to influence us how to believe or what to think. No, not at all. It doesn't matter. We all are adults here. We can all figure out our own stuff. But the point I want to make is that, okay, I'm just going to say this. What has Trump floated? Reducing Social Security taxes on the federal level, as in eliminating taxes on the federal level. Would that be helpful to seniors? Yeah, that would be 100% helpful to seniors. Why? Because seniors are the ones paying the Social Security taxes. So there you go. That would be helpful, okay? So would they be able to get that done, though? That's the big question. Remember, the president can have all the dreams that they want in the whole world. The president doesn't really have much of an influence. I'm just going to say that. I know it sounds weird. A lot of people think that the president has all the say. No, they really don't. The president can sign executive orders sometimes for some things, but for the vast majority of the time, they can't do executive orders, and it must go through lawmakers. Lawmakers must be the ones who pass the legislation. So who is it really up to? Is it lawmakers or the president? I would say this much. It's way more important to get lawmakers on the side of passing the legislation versus the president. The president is either a veto or a rubber stamp. That's it. I know a lot of times we think, oh, the president is going to do all this for us. No, they're not. The president is not going to do anything for us. Lawmakers will do it, and the president will maybe sign it or whip out their rubber stamp and say, well, sure, sign or veto. That's it, okay? I know it sounds super weird, but that's the reality of the situation, is that it's really coming down to lawmakers. So anytime that we hear a president or presidential hopeful or presidential elect, whoever it happens to be, some person who's maybe going to be at the top of the food chain, the president, anytime that they make some bold claim like, I'm going to do this or that, the real question is, are lawmakers going to do that? That's the real question. Because if lawmakers can do it, then fine, it'll probably be a thing. But if lawmakers can't figure it out and if they can't pass it, then there's no way the president's getting it done. Make sense? So anyway, hope that helps you. But again, I just want to point this out for you. I think a lot of times during this time right now, when there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of just mixed information and probably not very clearly articulated information that's out there, a lot of times we wonder, okay, what's in it for us, okay? There you go. I just want to point that out for you. Anyway, I hope this helps you to some degree. Again, please make sure to like the video down below. Thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel as well. Totally free to do so. Subscribe button down below. Check out the other nearly 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Otherwise, down below in the description at the top of the comment section, I've hand-selected some very popular videos for you there. Check those out. Otherwise, right now showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos. Check out those. Thanks so much. Really appreciate your support, and I'll catch you again later.